The Celtic injury list just does not get better. Latest news. A report claims McGregor is facing 2 months out. The Celtic skipper took a blow to the left cheekbone during Saturday's Scottish Cup tie against Alloa Athletic and had to be substituted by James McCarthy. Since the match, there has been no official comment from Celtic, but from the television pictures of the collision and his treatment, it seems clear that McGregor suffered a fairly serious blow. Most disappointed I've seen him, BBC pundit highlights Celtic boss reaction to McGregor injury. And even if you look at the reaction of the boss after the game, you knew it was a bad one. Callum had to come off with a facial injury that looked to have something to do with his jaw or cheekbone. Details have yet to be confirmed by the manager. It looks as though Callum will be out for an extended period. No timeline has yet been put on his return by the manager as we all wait to hear more on just what happened with McGregor. Everything about Hearts vs Celtic on Wednesday night screams season-defining match. A defeat at Tynecastle and it'll be a colossal blow to our title aspirations. A victory, meanwhile, would mean that confidence amongst the Celtic players and support will skyrocket further ahead of the Dundee United and Rangers matches. There are so many reasons this game is huge, of course. It's also a chance for us to avenge the opening day defeat to the Gorgie side back in August. However, it's also huge for us to ram Hearts boss Robbie Neilson's comments from December back down his throats. This is a manager who consistently struggles to just admit his side have been beaten by the better side. When he comes up against Celtic, he seems determined to have the referee blamed before a ball is even kicked. The last time Hearts visited Celtic Park, we had 25 shots to their 9. 69% possession to their 31%. They managed 2 shots on target all night. They deserved absolutely nothing and they got absolutely nothing. Tell me your score predictions for Wednesday night. Love the wee Huns away, get a few pints and walk to the ground and a wee sing-song of the Rebs as we walk under the railway bridge. And wait for this news. Mikey Johnston could find himself heading for the Celtic exit door before the end of the month if Aberdeen have anything to say about it. According to reports, Scott Brown has recommended the Celtic winger to Aberdeen boss Stephen Glass, who is keen to add some more firepower in his attack. Johnston has been plagued with injuries during his Celtic career to date and is down the pecking order at Celtic. If we had a fully fit squad, Maeda and Hotter would likely cover the left wing position before Mikey. However, given Celtic's injury woes, Ange Postecoglou might not see the value in letting Mikey go out on loan. Maeda will be away on international duty for the next 2 weeks, meaning the returning Hotter will have to carry the load. It's likely Mikey could get some game time in this scenario. Back to the Huns without a bus pass. Celtic manager Ange Postecoglou has warned Hearts that things have changed since they turned over his Hoops team on opening day. Celtic came out of Tynecastle with a 2-1 defeat to the Jambos in Postecoglou's first Premiership game in charge of the club. It was a massive blow so early on into the manager's reign, but it's important to remember the context of it too. Postecoglou was nowhere near having completed his summer work, whilst we had players playing out of position combined with major shortages in key areas. There was a long way to go in the development of the Postecoglou era and his Celtic squad. Since then, he's managed to overcome Robbie Neilson's men twice at Celtic Park. And as we get set to revisit the scene of the opening day crime on Wednesday in Edinburgh, Postecoglou is clearly expecting a massively different outcome. The Celtic manager went on to say, "I wouldn't call it my baptism. I had already been baptized by then, we had had a couple of Champions League games. But obviously, it was a disappointing start to the league season for us. We played okay and certainly did enough in the game to get a result out of it, but not winning wasn't a great way to start off our campaign. At the same time, I do remember it was in the middle of a pretty hectic period for us. I think Kyogo had just arrived at lunchtime that day. He had lunch with the boys and then I put him on the bench. Carl Starfelt had only been in a couple of days and just joined us. It was a tumultuous time for us but we were disappointed not to start the season better than we did. Things have changed a fair bit. Back then we were still putting a team together and since we have certainly developed the squad. Since the break there, with the players we have signed, we have got a stronger squad and, more importantly, a more settled squad. I think players are a lot more settled and know how we want to play our football a lot better. The moral of the story is that Celtic have improved substantially under Ange over the last several months. When you compare the squad in terms of stability, depth, and quality, it's miles beyond where it was back in August. We had already developed to a considerable degree by the end of 2021. However, with the new signings in the door, we have even more quality to tackle our gaugy rivals with. If you're to compare the starting size between that August 31st clash and this Wednesday, things will look a whole lot different. Back to the Celtic transfer news. Celtic have enjoyed an absolutely sensational transfer window with Ange Postecoglou delving deep into his box of tricks to bring some extra quality to his hoops side from foreign soil. He has looked to replicate the success of Kyogo Furuhashi's move to Parkhead by luring Daizen Maeda, Rio Hatate and Yosuke Idaguchi to the club. Matt O'Reilly has also penned terms with the boys in what has been a hugely exciting time for everyone associated with Celtic. However, a move that would leave everyone at paradise bouncing is still yet to be completed. That's a deal to bring Portuguese sensation Jota to Celtic on a permanent basis. A fee has been agreed according to Mark Giddy, but if a deal ends up being off the table, an alternative will need to be sourced. One player who's been linked with a move in the early stages of this year is Iran international Mehdi Gayedi. This rumour has become a saga in itself, but one report this week suggested it would take Celtic as much as £3.5 million to secure his services. If Mikey Johnston finds himself heading for the Celtic exit door before the end of the month, I would say Celtic will dip back into the transfer market. By luring the Iranian hotshot to Celtic this year, it could finally give Postecoglou and the club's transfer strategists the opportunity to axe Mikey Johnston from the squad. Tell me in the comments what you think. And on that note, have a great day, Celtic fans.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to